Sports Beat is powered by KSLSports.com.
Yeah, there's no questioning how important Donovan Mitchell has been during the Jazz' current 5-game win streak. He's averaging more than 27 points per game during that stretch. But I would argue that Rudy Gobert is the MVP of the streak. He's averaging 17 points, 16 rebounds, and 2 blocks over the last 5 games. He has 12 straight double-doubles, and he was a beast again today in Charlotte. The Jazz with that rare afternoon game on the road against the Hornets. Seeking that 5th straight win, Mike Conley sitting out once again. Gobert owned the first quarter, though. Rudy benefits from the smooth ball movement, had 11 points in the first quarter, a double-double for him by halftime. The bench struggled a bit, but Emmanuel Mudiay came through in the first quarter with back-to-back three-pointers. The Jazz had a 6-point lead. The Hornets, they closed strong, though. Cody Martin dunking down 2 of his 11 points off the bench. And then Devontae Graham had 22. Charlotte led 33-31 after 1 quarter. The Jazz seemed to be in a little bit of a funk of sorts in the second quarter, and the Hornets, they were heating up. A bad combo there, too. Easy points thanks to a Jazz turnover. Martin does it again. Former Jazzman Marvin Williams, part of a 10-2 run for the Hornets, hits that one from 3-point range. Then Malik Monk makes it back-to-back threes. The Jazz trailed by 8 by halftime. They were down by as many as 12 in the third quarter, but they must have figured something out. A technical foul on Quinn Snyder might have sparked the team a bit. The Jazz started knocking down open looks from the three-point line. Jeff Green, Royce O'Neal, Bojan Bogdanovic there, Donovan Mitchell, and of course, you know, Joe Ingles is going to get in on this too. And you know that 12-point deficit we talked about? History. They're down 2 entering the fourth quarter. In the fourth, once again, the Jazz, they show the ability to close out a game. Donovan Mitchell and one. That tied the game. He finished with 20 points. And then Joe Ingles gives them the lead. Knock it down. Moments later, Quinn is red hot. He thought there should have been a foul called on the baseline. Here it is. He's getting his second technical. He gets the heave-ho. So Alex Jensen, the former Ute, he's going to take over head coaching duties the rest of the way. But I'll tell you what, I think this moment really fired up the Jazz for their stretch run, especially from the three-point line. They were 17 of 34 in the game, 50% from 3, and they were cooking here. Mitchell doing more than just scoring. Great passing to set up Joe Ingles in the corner. Showing his love to the fans, too. Blow some kisses, Joe. The Jazz go up 9 on a Bojan Bogdanovic 3. He led the Jazz with 26 points. He was 4 of 9 from three-point land. Right there. The Hornets did battle back a bit, but this play would clinch it. Donovan finds Rudy Gobert. He had 17 points, 19 rebounds, 3 blocks. The Jazz have now won 5 in a row with they're 18-11 overall. They tied the Nuggets and Pacers for the longest win streak in the NBA now. Well, can the Wildcats make more history today in Virginia? This is their first ever semifinals appearance in the FCS, but James Madison, they scored on their first 2 possessions. First of all, the field goal there, and then a bit later, Ben DiNucci going for 6 to Riley Stapleton. JMU takes a 10-0 lead. The Wildcats went 3 and out on all 3 of their first quarter possessions. In the second quarter, James Madison, they kept doing what they were doing in the first. DiNucci, a 20-yard completion to Brandon Polk, gets it down to the 1-yard line. He's going to punch it in on the very next play for a 17-0 lead. And after punting on their first 5 possessions, Weber finally got things going offensively. Jake Constantine completes a pass 37 yards to Ty McPherson, gets him down to the 2-yard line. He completed 5 straight passes on this drive. The shovel pass here to Kevin Smith gave Weber State the touchdown to make it 17-7, but just before the half on 4th and 30, James Madison goes for it. Why not? They score another touchdown. Weber State's season is over in the semifinals. In men's basketball tonight, BYU hosting Weber State in Provo. Last year, Weber snapped a 15-game losing streak to BYU. Jarek Harding having another big night for the Wildcats with the 3. But BYU is hot from downtown, too. 3 straight three-pointers for the Cougs, but this was the Yoli Child show. He made all 10 of the shots he took in the first half for 22 points. Jarek Harding almost matched Yoli Child's point for point. He had 27 points, 15 of them in the second half. But Weber State just couldn't keep pace with the Cougars. They were 47% from the three-point line. And, you know, when TJ Haas does what you're about to see here, you know it's a good night. He steals it, goes the other way. Yeah, he can dunk it. BYU gets a 30-point win. Cougars have one more game before starting conference play. Utah State had an early game today on the road at the Orange Bowl Classic against Florida in the first half. This is not the Aggies what they want to see. Neemias Queta bangs his knee with a Florida player. It's the same knee that he injured in the offseason playing for Portugal. He's in obvious pain on the floor. He had to be helped off the court, did not return. If you look at the replay, it doesn't look too serious, but clearly it was. We will find out his status as soon as Utah State gives us the update there. The Aggies missed him, but other players stepped up. Diogo Brito from downtown hits the three to tie the game at 27. That would be the score at the half. In the second half, Sam Merrill comes out firing, dials one up from downtown to give the Aggies a 30-29 lead. A few minutes later, down point, Merrill coming through again. Look at this step back. Knocks down the baseline jumper. They're still ahead by a point there. Skip ahead to the final 4 minutes of the game now. Diogo Brito gets in the lane, a fadeaway jumper. Utah State still up by 1. Moments later, they start to extend that lead. Justin Bean cuts down the lane for 2. A 3-point lead, and then Sam Merrill once again from downtown. He had 5 threes, that one to give him up 6. Merrill finished with 21 points. Utah State now 12-2 with a 65-62 win. And the Runnin' Utes were playing their second-ranked opponent this week, taking on number 20 San Diego State at Staples Center. Aztecs built the early 10-point lead with some sharp shooting. Rylan Jones keeping the Utes in it with a three-pointer of his own, but San Diego State knocked down shots all night long. They ended up dominating the Utes in this one by nearly 30 points as Utah, well, they can't win 2 ranked opponents in 1 week. They lose this one pretty badly. We'll be right back.